Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Pure Digital Passion Podcast with me, Moses Kemibaro. Airtel Money in Kenya is entering a new chapter. The business says it now serves over 6 million customers, has over 270,000 agents, also supports payments at more than 2 million merchant points, and has grown to approximately 11% of Kenya's mobile money market. It has also launched Airtel Money Bizna wallet this morning and changed its traditional reward from airtime to cash. Joining me to unpack this is actually Michael Bonke, the new acting managing director of Airtel Money Kenya. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Moses.
So, Michael, congratulations, first of all, on your appointment.
Thank you very much.
Brand new. What does taking responsibility of Airtel Money Kenya mean for you personally?
I think on a personal level, it's a good challenge. I think from looking at the growth from where I have come from up to where I am, it's a good opportunity, and I want to thank the organization for giving me this opportunity and for having the trust and belief in me to run this company, Airtel Money.
So, Michael, we have great expectations of you, and I think when you think about where Airtel Money is today, the new initiatives you've launched, 6 million customers with headroom probably to bring another 16 million from your existing GSM clients. What are your immediate priorities?
My immediate priorities are number one, to give customers a choice. Right. So if you look at the products that we've launched before, the products that we are currently launching, and the ones that we'll be launching in the near future, all of it is actually aimed at giving customers convenience and choice. So the most immediate priority for me is to ensure that we give customers the best in terms of experience, in terms of the products that we are giving them, and to ensure that we bridge the gap between our GSM subscribers, which is currently at about 20 million, and the Airtel Money subscribers at about 6 million. So we have about 14 million customers who are currently active on Airtel, not active on Airtel Money, who we actually need to convert from Airtel to Airtel Money. That is the most immediate priority for me.
So a few years ago, Airtel Money was seen as a relatively small challenge. And of course, we can see that in the last 4 years, you moved from 2 to 11%. What has changed? What made that actually happen?
Number one, speed to market. So if you had me mention earlier, we recently moved to a much more robust system that has greatly improved our speed to market for our products. If you've seen for quite a number of months, the past few months, we've really launched a number of products.
Okay.
Of course, we've launched very many partnerships with great partners. You must have seen Naivas, you must have seen KCB, you must have seen INM, you must have seen
Tell us about
ABSA.
that. What does that do for you, those partnerships?
It improves our distribution, number one, to a great extent. So KCB comes in with a total agent distribution of about 26,000 agents. So these are agents who are actually in the market, assured float, assured cash. So we assure that our customers, whenever they visit these agents, they can get float and they can get cash. So other partnerships like the one we did with INM, the one we did with ABSA, this improves our merchant footprint. So customers can now pay into wider network of merchants. They can enjoy seamless whenever they go. They don't need to look for money in other wallets to pay. So the moment you have money in Airtel Money wallet, you can pay into any merchant across the country.
And I think what we've seen with that, when it comes to mobile money in general, globally, distribution is everything. The agent network does allow you then to sort of touch everyone, as it were, across the country, yes?
Yes.
And through these partnerships, therefore, you're achieving a much greater level of distribution.
For sure, for sure. So maybe just to also speak about our Airtel Money agents. So we have about 270,000 agents. So this has greatly improved our distribution across the country. So 4 years back, as you rightly mentioned, we were about less than 20,000 active agents. This has since grown over
more
the
than
past
10
4
times,
years.
yeah?
More than 10 times. And we are currently at 270,000 agents. So our customers can actually get float outside their that shop, outside their houses, at malls, retail chains. So the distribution has greatly improved, and we actually urge our customers to look out for these agents. You will see them; they are well branded, and you'll be able to get services.
Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about what was launched today, starting with SMEs and the Airtel Money Bizna wallet. Why have SMEs and informal businesses become such an important growth opportunity for Airtel Money in Kenya?
So SMEs form about 90% of the entire business population in Kenya. And as I had mentioned earlier, about a third of Kenya's GDP is through the SMEs. So this is a very, very big sector in our country. Previously, it was left out, but now with the Bizna wallet and with more focus that we're putting into the these SMEs, we are actually bringing in more and more products. So Bizna Bizna was one of them. We'll be bringing in more and more products in the near future. So Bizna is a very, very good proposition for these enterprises.
So obviously this new offering has required research. You've probably spent time talking to kiosk owners, traders, border people. What did they tell you was important to them when you are thinking about this new opportunity?
I think two key things came out. Number one, how do I separate my personal funds from my business funds? And number two, how do I secure my funds? Okay, so let me explain. So how do I separate my personal funds from my business funds? So initially, a customer comes to you as a boda. You've given them a ride. They want to pay you. You tell them, oh, pay into my mobile money. So the money comes, it mixes with the money that you had in your wallet, which maybe you had planned to do something else. So at the end of the day, there is no accountability. With Bizna Wallet, they simply just pay into your Bizna Wallet, right? You're able to separate your personal funds from your business funds. At the end of the day, if you want to see which person paid me, how many people paid me, you can easily get a mini statement and you'll be able to account for your business. The second one, of course, is the reversals. With Bizna Wallet, it's much more tighter to do reversals. So whenever money lands into your Bizna Wallet, if a reversal is to happen, then you as the merchant must confirm that I actually received this money and I need you to reverse it. So it's that gives convenience and confidence to this business person to continue running their businesses without any fears.
And that solves a historical pain point for many of these merchants, right?
Sure, yes.
Fantastic. Customers can pay into the wallet for free. That's what we heard today. Correct?
Any amount, as long as it's within the limits allowed by CBK, it's free of charge. From 1 shilling to 250,000, it's free.
And so therefore, what fees does the merchant face when receiving, transferring or withdrawing funds?
So a merchant can withdraw funds through various ways. Number one, you can send the money to your bank account.
Yes.
So when a merchant sends money to their bank account, you'll be charged the normal merchant rates. However, you still get the 50% cashback.
Wow.
So you charge 10 shillings, you get 5 shillings back. So essentially, it's like you charge half price. Okay, so you can also do go to an agent and do a cash out. You can also pay into any pay bill.
Yes.
You pay into a pay bill, you get 50% cashback. So we've looked at it from both the merchant side and also the customer side.
Now, one of the things we're seeing in the digital financial services space is almost financial inclusion through products that do interesting things. And when I look at the Bizna Wallet, I'm seeing a bigger possibility here because I understand what's happening in this space. Is it a platform or a foundation for a broader SME platform involving statements, analytics, credit, savings? And I think I bring that up because we see one of the ways that financial inclusion is happening is where you're able to use the data that is generated through these transactions and business activities so that maybe a third party, maybe in the ride-hailing space or some products and services, maybe at the retail space, that they're able to use that data to then back you up so that you can sort of do the de-risking through that. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because I suspect there's something around that area that maybe you're going to also bring in the future.
So the first phase of the Bizna was, of course, to give the merchant convenience.
Yeah.
More and more innovations are going to come behind it.
Yeah.
So, of course, as you've rightly said, we will look at in future, and of course, within the bounds of the regulation, look at what else we can do with these merchants, right? Are we able to offer additional services to them? Are we able to offer loans to them? Are we able to make the Bizna Wallet do much more than it's currently doing? So yes, in future, more and more innovations will come in, and we'll be able to sure call you whenever we do any innovation in the Bizna Wallet.
Also very important, can customers from any network pay into the wallet?
Sure, you can pay into a Bizna Wallet from any network. Airtel Money customers can pay into Bizna Wallet, and also customers from other networks can pay into the Bizna Wallet. So it's a very convenient, it's open to everyone in the market, and we hope that this simplifies the transactions for our merchants in the market. So
let's talk a little bit about the Rudishwa, airtime moving, into cash now, which of course I think most people would prefer. Why did you replace that? Because I think it was working really well anyway, but why move from airtime to actual cash?
From listening to our customers, some of the customers were saying, thank you, the airtime is really working. I'm able to call, I'm able to buy data. But they were saying, is it possible for you to give this to me in my wallet so that I might be having airtime, I can also do something else with the cashback that I get. So from listening to them, then now we change the proposition from airtime to actual money. So when the money lands into your cashback wallet, and you'll be able to see it from our mobile application, very seamless. Looks very, very good. You'll be able to move it from your cashback wallet to your main wallet, and you're able to do anything with this money. So if you want to buy airtime with the money, you'll be able to buy. If you want to pay for a service using this money, you'll be able to pay. If you want to send it to someone else, either within Airtel or within other networks, you'll be able to pay. So it's a very, very good proposition. And we, from listening to our customers, we're happy that we were able to come up with this.
So ultimately what you're saying is that by making it cash, the store of value gives you that flexibility to use it for whatever you may want to use it, and not just for airtime.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then how do you turn an incentive-led trial into long-term customer behavior? Because ultimately that's the long-term plan, right? The campaign will get people interested. They're going to start playing with it. How do we transform them to being, locked in and long-term customer value coming through this?
I think excellent customer experience is the biggest point, I would say, on that. So whenever a customer comes in, whatever next you do with them, the experience that you make this customer feel, the products that you give them, right, outside the 50% cashback. So am I able to send money to my friend, to my family? Am I able to pay into any pay bill? Am I able to buy goods into any merchant in Kenya? And I'm happy to report that you can, with Airtel Money, you can pay into any pay bill in Kenya. Right, so it's interoperable. You have money in your Airtel Money, you can pay anywhere. You have money in your Airtel Money, you can go to any buy goods and pay for that. Right, you can be able to send money to any network. So the ecosystem is big, and we're happy that we've enabled the customers to now do this on their own.
Fantastic. Going forward, thinking about the future of Airtel Money in Kenya, what do you think would make Airtel Money a customer's primary financial wallet rather than a secondary alternative?
The value that we give to the customer, the experience that we give to the customer, right? So of course, number one, give customer value, give them good products, and now ensure that the experience that they are getting from your service is excellent. Give a customer good value, give them good customer support, then customers will be locked.
So Airtel is growing as far as money is concerned. How are you strengthening fraud prevention, customer support, and dispute resolution?
So we have a team. We've actually expanded to a very big extent our team. We keep monitoring the transactions, right? Recently, you saw our mother company, Airtel Kenya, launched the spam alert. So we're able to monitor all these things from all angles. So we have the spam alert that looks at ecosystem, sees which messages are trying to spam you. We have a team that actually look into these transactions on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
Of course, we have the regulator who we report into, and there are very good regulations that have come in to also just help us and help us to keep the customer transactions in check. So it's a broader discussion. There are very many stakeholders that are involved, but internally at Airtel, we have a very big team who are actually just looking at these transactions to ensure our customers' funds are secure.
And where do you see the biggest future opportunities, right? There's SME finance, there's embedded finance. We're seeing people like insurers and so forth starting to offer these now through certain partnerships. We're seeing APIs, cross-border payments, artificial intelligence. In fact, on cross-border payments, just the other day, I used Airtel Money to send some money from my Airtel Money account to my brother in Tanzania. I'd never done that before. It was fantastic, very seamless.
Yes.
No USSD codes or SIM toolkit, everything from the app. And again, I'm just wondering, when you look at all those possibilities, where do you see the biggest opportunity?
I think it's a mixture of all of them that you said, right? We've just started with the SMEs. Of course, previous years we did something with the insurance. As you know that we launched the Britam insurance package.
Yeah, with embedded finance. Yes,
that was one of it. We are now launching Bizna, and of course, as we go along, we'll be launching more and more products, right? Cross-border is one of the key areas we are looking at. As you know, Airtel is in 14 African countries.
Correct.
Right? So we are trying to look at how do we make transfers seamless across these 14 African countries, right? How do we make this be one ecosystem? So there is quite a lot that we can do. And as I said earlier, it's actually across all these industries and all these sectors.
Do you think, and I'm saying this possibly looking at the broader Airtel Money ecosystem, I think where you have almost 60 million customers across the 14 countries in Africa, do you think it would ultimately become the operating system for small business in Africa when it comes to payments and financial infrastructure?
That is our goal for sure. We are moving towards that step by step, but ultimately that is our goal. So we want to be the biggest mobile money provider in Kenya and actually in the world.
Fantastic.
Because our footprint is very, very big in Africa and also in the world.
Do you have any thoughts around the IPO and what that might do for the business in Kenya?
The only comment I can make on the IPO, it's a big one. You watch this space, you'll soon see it.
Fantastic. And maybe my last question to you, Michael. Imagine we meet again in 3 years from now. What would need to have changed in the lives of the Airtel Money customers, merchants and agents for you to say that your leadership period was actually successful?
If we meet in the next 3 years, my hope would be that our customers would have tested our products, would have derived value from these products, and they would have told their friends, families, and would have created a web and would have already converted the 14 million balance of customers that we have on our GSM network. So that is my biggest hope. So maybe just to mention, Airtel Money exists to make the lives of our customers better. Right, so be it a Mamboga, be it a Boda Boda rider, be it a very big enterprise, we hope that these innovations that we are bringing into the market will make your lives better and will make the community even more prosperous.
Thank you so much for being an excellent guest on the podcast. Also, congratulations once again on your appointment as the acting MD for Airtel Money in Kenya. And lastly, I think congratulations on the launch of the new initiatives today with the Bizna wallet and the cashback offer. And I think we're looking to see all the great things that Airtel Money will accomplish over the next few months as you sort of roll out more and more possibilities.
Thank you, Moses. I think just one parting shot to our customers and merchants. The only thing that, or rather the key thing that we want us to know is that with Airtel Money, you can do anything, right? You work with your Airtel Money wallet, you can go from here to wherever you want to go. And it works, and now it pays you back. You get your 50% cashback.
Fantastic.
So that is the parting shot.
Thank you so much for that parting shot. I'm sure the audience will appreciate it. And once again, all the best. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Moses.
So there you've heard it from Michael, leading us into the future with Airtel Money in Kenya. So many possibilities. Airtel Money is more versatile than you might imagine. I recommend you give it a go because I have been using it now for a while. And guys, it is amazing. And I think with Michael's leadership going forward, you will see a lot of innovations coming to the marketplace. We've heard about the new Bizna wallet. We've also heard about the new cashback opportunities. Give it a go and see how it can add value to your financial life. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of the Pure Digital Passion Podcast, and we will catch you in the next one.